Ladies and gents, welcome back to another video. In front of me here is an iPhone 11 Pro, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about if this device is worth it here in the end of 2023 and early 2024. So let's get this thing opened up. Here is our iPhone. It is not in perfect condition. As you can see, it does have some scratches and cracks in the display. But I got this device pretty cheap. I will put the price right here. That is how much I paid for this iPhone 11 Pro with its original box. Let's set that there and see what else is inside. And we have an aftermarket USB-C power adapter, and we have what looks like the original Lightning earpods. Of course, we've got our documentation and our SIM eject tool. And we've got our two white Apple stickers. So we will put these things back inside and we're going to take a look at this iPhone. So here it is. As we saw, it does have some cracks here at the top. It's got a pretty significant scratch there in the center of the screen. We've got a chipped piece of glass here on the corner. The frame of the device, which is in this beautiful rose gold color, appears to be in good condition. And the rear of the device is also in good condition. Now, this is interesting down here. I wonder if this is not a US model. We have another one to compare it to. So here I have a known US model iPhone 11 Pro. This one is not cracked, as you can see. And if we flip around the back, we don't have these markings towards the bottom. So I wonder which country this iPhone is from. We do still have a SIM card tray, but I would imagine the serial number would tell us which country this is from. All right, enough talk. Let's get this thing powered on. There we go. We've got the Apple logo. We'll wait for that to boot. And we are met at the setup screen. I'm going to fly through setup here, and once we're at the home screen, we'll pick back up. And here we go. We are at the home screen. We've got our applications that are loading in from the internet. I don't know why these don't come pre-installed. It's not like the iPhones don't have any storage. I mean, this thing started at 64 gigabytes. Let's head into settings, general, and about. We can see we have iOS 17.1.2. This is a 64 gigabyte model, and the model number is up there. Of course, this is an iPhone 11 Pro. But what I'm curious about is where this iPhone is from. I guess that doesn't really matter. I think there's no physical differences between them. Okay, so let's talk about the iPhone 11 Pro. This was the first iPhone that got the name Pro. And the way Apple distinguished this from the regular iPhone 11 is the addition of a telephoto lens as well as the ultra-wide lens. Of course, we had the telephoto lens starting with the iPhone 7 Plus, and that stayed true all the way through until the iPhone 11, which introduced a wide-angle lens. So if we head into the camera, of course, we have our 1x lens, which is the regular primary lens. Then we have 2x on the telephoto, but we also have the wide angle. Now, the wide angle lens here on the iPhone 11 Pro is not very good. It is the first iteration, the first attempt of Apple for this wide angle lens, and the quality is not great. So you can see I took this off my desk. The parts of the photo towards the edge really lose quality. You can see just how grainy that is. So the first generation of wide angle lens here on the iPhone 11 was not very good. However, the main lens and the telephoto lens here do a fantastic job. Now, inside of the camera settings, we can change video recording, and this iPhone supports 4K 60 FPS video. And of course, that was introduced with the iPhone 8 and 8 Plus, as well as the iPhone 10, but it has gotten better each time. Now, the iPhone 11 Pro and the 11 Pro Max feature a 4 gigabytes of RAM, which is pretty significant in terms of being usable even today. and the iPhone runs really well. It is quick, snappy. Transitioning between apps is very seamless, and the device itself overall is very smooth. I just did a review on an iPhone XS and it feels very similar. Those devices have pretty similar processors. I will put the Geekbench scores over here for CPU performance, and you can see that the 11 Pro is faster. And I will put the graphical performance up next there, and you can see that the chip inside of this iPhone is quite a bit faster. So this iPhone came out in 2019. So this device is a little over 4 years old, and it still runs really well. The CPU inside of this is the A13 Bionic, and it performs fantastic. There are no slowdowns or any complaints as far as I'm aware. This is a great device. This is the last Pro phone to feature the smaller 5.8 inch display. Starting with the iPhone 12 Pro, they upgraded that to 6.1 inches. So this is technically the smallest Pro phone that you can get. So what are some reasons to get this phone over an iPhone XS, for example? Well, for one, battery life. The iPhone 11 had a big emphasis on battery life, and the 11 Pro shared that significant improvements in battery life as well. So I'm trying to see if we can find a little comparison here for the iPhones, but at the time it was the longest lasting battery in any iPhone. This was the first iPhone to remove Force Touch, so 81% capacity here for our battery, and it's been reimagined as, I don't know what it's called, but it's just a software implementation of Force Touch or 3D Touch. I don't remember which one's which. But this is a good device, and it's plenty fast. The only complaints I have are that the ultra wide camera is pretty bad, and when you're taking night photos, it is not as good as it could be here with the camera lenses. You'll find that it does take better pictures than some of the older iPhones, but compared to even an iPhone 12 Pro or 13 Pro, the lenses on this camera are not as good. Of course, they are all 12 megapixels and they have optical image stabilization. I believe the front camera is 12 megapixels, but I could be wrong about that. Of course, we have second generation Face ID, which is really fast. It's the same version that is currently used. You have dual speakers. You got a speaker here at the bottom, speaker here at the top, microphone here, as well as a microphone there. This rose gold color, it looks really nice, and it's a bummer that this one is cracked, but I paid less because of that, so it's okay. Of course, we get the box. This was the last iPhone to feature this large, thicker sized box, and in fact, this was the only iPhone to feature the 18-watt USB-C power adapter. Now, the following year, with the iPhone 12, Apple removed the power adapter, claiming everybody should already have one. The issue with that is that this was the only generation of iPhone that included one of those. So, if you didn't buy the iPhone 11 Pro or the 11 Pro Max, you did not have the correct USB-C adapter that Apple was claiming everybody had. So that was kind of the issue with that. It wasn't like they were still using USB-A, because I would imagine everybody probably has one of these with a USB-A port, but not everybody had a USB-C power brick. So that was the problem there. So overall, really good phone. Feels nice, feels very premium. If you can find one with good battery health, that would be highly recommended, because these things are growing in age. So if you get one that's between like 85 to 95, I think you're in good shape, because you'll use it for a year or two and you might lose 5% or so on that. But overall, really clean device in terms of performance and usability here 4 years after its introduction. Of course, you get portrait mode on the front and the back, thanks to Face ID, and it is a great device. I would recommend getting the 256 or the 512 gigabyte storage options. 64 is doable, but you're going to be running out of space, especially if you're recording a lot of videos and taking a lot of pictures. All right, that's going to do it for this review of the iPhone 11 Pro. And should you buy one in 2023, 2024, I think so. If you can find one for under $400, I think that's a fantastic deal. If you find one that's in good condition and doesn't have cracks like mine and has good battery and does not have any replacement parts, then certainly a good deal. I definitely recommend this iPhone. All right, that's going to do it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it, and as always, I look forward to seeing you in another video.